Hey guys, it's Tanika and welcome back to my channel. I feel like it has been a hot minute since I filmed a video. So today I'm going to be doing a chit chat, get ready with me, just fill you in on what's been happening. So let's just get straight into it, shall we? Starting with my base today, I've already primed with the Stila One Step Correct Primer all over just to reduce any redness. And then I've also used the Benefit Porefessional just on my nose and this area here to minimize the look of my pores. Onto foundation, I'm going to be using the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation, and this one is in the shade Porcelain. I recently picked this up and I've been trying it out, so I will do a full review on it once I gather my thoughts. Actually, before I use that, I might just color correct this big spot down here. Oh, it's so annoying. It like wasn't even that big of a pimple. And then typical Tanika, can't help herself. I squeezed it and now this has happened, so. And it's all dry, it's just not gonna look good with foundation over the top. So anyway, I'm using my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the green corrector shade, as I always do. I've just put a little bit of this on the back of my hand so that the brush doesn't get contaminated with any bacteria from my pimple. And then I'm going to take this Real Techniques Deluxe crease brush and just put that concealer over the pimple. I might also just put it on any other little red spots just to cover that up. So as you can probably tell, I'm a little bit more nasal than usual. More nasally. On Tuesday, I went to work, felt a bit sick. I was like, oh, I think I'm coming down with something. And then Tuesday night, I went to my mum's for dinner. By the time I left my mum's house, I had no voice. I was like, what the hell? So I took the next 4 days off work and just laid in bed and napped and watched Friends and then napped some more. Oh, I was just dead. So I went to the doctor's and he's like, yep, on top of your flu, you've got a chest infection. So here's some antibiotics, lots of rest, lots of fluids. I'm like, So this foundation has like a pump dropper applicator. So I'm just gonna pump up a few drops. And then I think I'm just going to put it straight onto my face. I'm just going to put a little bit on for now and then I'll start building up the coverage. Might actually just spread that out a bit. So yeah, a chest infection is a lovely way to spend your week, so that's what I've been up to pretty much. No, but on the serious side, I had to take a little break from YouTube because my pop sadly passed away maybe 2 weeks ago now. I wasn't sure if I wanted to talk about it in today's video because it's a bit of a downer subject, but you know, it's a part of life and it's just life. So my pop was about 73, 74 years old and he suffered from cancer for a very, very long time. As sad as it is, my whole family has really, really good memories with him. He lived down in Port Macquarie in New South Wales and I live in Queensland. So every couple of Christmases we would drive down there as a family from when we were little. We'd drive down there. It's about a 7-8 hour drive and we'd spend time there. We'd go down to the beach. He lived only a couple of 100 meters away from a beach, so we'd go down there. They did camel rides there. So he'd always treat us to a camel ride on the beach. He told us they were his camels and we'd all be like, oh my God, my pop owns the beach and my pop owns the camels. But yeah, he's always been so good to us and it's sad. It's really sad that he's not here anymore. But I'm just happy that we've got really, really good memories with him. So this foundation does leave a nice natural look to the skin, but it's just not covering up some of this redness as much as I would like. So I'm going to use my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 15 Fair and just go over these little spots for a bit extra coverage. And then for my under eyes, I'm going in with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Fair. So yeah, when we found out that he passed away a couple days later, As a family, we all packed ourselves up into 2 cars and did the drive down there. It was kind of bittersweet because, you know, we were going down there for a sad reason, but it was kind of like the last time as a family we'd be able to get together and do this trip, because we're all getting older now, we all have our own lives. It's a bit harder to get everyone together at the same time to do something as a family. I'm the oldest of 6 kids, so it's us 6 kids and my mum. So, you know, it's a lot of people to get everyone's schedules to match up and be able to be free all at the same time. And so while we were down there, we went to the beach near his house and did one last camel ride as a family. It was really, really fun. One of my sisters, Amber, was absolutely freaking out. Like, she's done this a million times, but this time she was just so terrified. I'll see if I can save the video of her and I'll insert a video of her on the camel. So I went with her and she was just, oh my god. I'll insert the video. Sorry, Amber, but it's hilarious. Now that that's all blended out, I'm going in with my one and only Rimmel Stay Matte Pressed Powder in the shade Transparent, and I'm going to set under my eyes and my entire face. Alright, so brows are done. I used the NYX Eyebrow Cake Powder in the shade Blonde and Benefit Gimme Brow in shade 1. For my contour today, I'm going to be using this Makeup Geek contour pan in the shade Breakup and a Morphe MB35 brush. This one is angled, so it just fits really nicely in that part of your face. So yeah, after Amber's little freak out, we finished the camel ride and she finally gained a bit of courage to go up and like start patting them. And she's standing there patting them, and then like the camel owner to a man comes up behind her, like sneaks up and grabs her ankles and scared the absolute living daylights out of her. She jumped like a good 3 meters in the air and then like stumbled in the sand, like couldn't get back up and was like holding onto mum's leg, and we were just all pissing ourselves laughing. The amount of fear that took over her body, like I felt bad for her, but it was so funny. So yeah, if anyone's ever in Port Macquarie at Lighthouse Beach, they do a great camel ride. For bronzer today, I'm going to be trying out this new one that I picked up from Becca, and it's in the shade Bali Sands. Oh, it looks so pretty and I haven't used it yet. It does have a bit of a gold overspray on it, which I've heard in people's reviews that it does come off. So I might just give it a little swatcheroo and see if I can get rid of some of that. So like I said before, the trip was definitely a bittersweet one. I love spending time with my family, and it's so nice when we can all be together. So, you know, that portion of it was really fun. It was sad that we had to say goodbye to my pop for the last time, but that's life and that's what you gotta do. This bronzer is a really, really nice shade. It's not too dark and it's building up really, really nicely. I think it really suits my pale skin tone. I just feel like my bronzer and contour is a little bit messy, so I'm just going to tidy it up with the Rimmel Match Perfection Silky Loose Powder, and I've just used my beauty blender to apply that, so I'll let that sit for a minute. For my blush, I'm going to use this one by Too Faced called I Will Always Love You. Seriously, this little curl that pokes out, like, can you not? Just... For highlighter today, I also have a new one. This is the Too Faced Love Light Highlighter in the shade Blinded by the Light. It's the lightest shade in the range, and I'll just give you a little close-up. Oh, isn't that pretty? So just grabbing a fan brush, I'm going to put some of that on. From what I've heard, this is more of a subtle highlight as opposed to a like really, really bam in your face kind of highlight. Moving on to the eyes, I'm going to be using the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I want to wear kind of a bold lip today, so I'm just going to go for something a little more soft and subtle on the eyes. Well, that's the plan anyway. To start off, I'm going to take this shade here, Buon Fresco or something like that, and that's going to be my transition shade, and I'm using a Sigma E40 brush. So yeah, we got back from Port Macquarie and then I just went straight back into it, straight back to work, and that's when I got extremely sick. So I think my body was just like, no, you need to rest. No time for work, you need to rest. So this brings me to where I am now. I'm on the mend and I am feeling better. I was just in like such a rut as well, like with my Instagram, I didn't like anything I was posting. I was just like, didn't want to take photos. I was like, oh, these are all boring. So now I'm like, nope, positive headspace. You can do it. I've taken some new photos. I'm really liking how they're turning out. I'm even thinking of maybe incorporating a little bit of like fashion and lifestyle in my Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think that is a good idea? Are they the kind of posts that you want to see? I don't want to change things up a lot, but I would just like to incorporate a few little other things, you know? I think I need another shade for this shade to blend into, so I'm just going to use Makeup Geek's Peach Smoothie. I think sometimes we all just get in those little ruts, kind of like a little downer rut. And I think you just have to go through them. Like, you know, it happens. As long as you come out on the other side happy and positive, which is what I'm trying to do, get myself motivated again, get myself excited. I feel like I could definitely be a more positive person. Sometimes I'm a little bit negative and I just think I could be happier and more positive and make other people happier. So that is one of my goals, and it's what I'm going to try to do also to make me feel better. I don't know if anything I'm saying is making sense, but my head just has like 1,001 thoughts, so I'm just like spitting them out randomly. All right, so that's helped that blend a lot nicer. Just a lot more soft. Next, I'm going to take a little bit of this pink shade here, and it's called Love Letter. And I'm just going to also put this in my crease, but I'm not going to take it as high up as that purple shade. And I just want to put a little bit in there for something a little bit more deep. If that makes sense. So speaking about positive things, I am nearly at 1,000 subscribers. Oh my God! Oh, I'm so excited, like 1,000 subscribers. I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who subscribes to my channel and watches my videos. I love you so much, and I love that you enjoy watching me. So I'm thinking of doing a giveaway because why not? I get so distracted when I'm talking and trying to do my makeup. So what I've done is placed this pink in my crease, but as you can see, it's not as high as the purple. So I'm just kind of packing that color in and just blending it out slightly, but then I'll go in with the Sigma E40 brush because it's a lot more fluffier. So it's going to blend the colors out, and I'll go over it just to blend it out. So like, as you can see, that's like a really harsh line. So let's go and blend. I'm then going to take this shade here called Vermeer and pack this all over my lid. And I'm just going to use a little Fix Plus as well, so it's really popping. For my under eyes, I'm going to take a mix of that Buon Fresco shade and Love Letter and just blend that underneath. I'm just going to take a black liquid liner and put a thin line on the top of my lash line here, just to help hide the lash band. And then I'm also going to take a black pencil liner and tight line up in here with it. Next, I'm going to curl my lashes and apply some mascara so that my lashes are ready for falsies. Oh my god, I have another really funny story from our little Port Macquarie trip. My brother, he was being mean and was making fun of my bad skin and that he can't help it, that he's got perfect skin and me and some of my other brothers and sisters have acne. And I was like, well, you're just being an asshole. And I got up and stormed off because, you know, emotions were high. And I was just a bit angry. And then anyway, he come over and apologized, but he was like, sorry, but not sorry kind of thing. And I was like, whatever. And so we were just laying on the bed. It was a bunk bed. We were laying on the bottom. And we were just talking. And then he put his feet up onto the bottom of the top bunk bed and like lifted up one of the wooden panels. And so he lifted it up from one side and then the other side fell out and smacked him in the head. And I was like, oh my god, are you okay? And then as he turned over and looked at me, he had blood dripping down his face. And I was just like, oh my god. We were like, Mum, Jack's bleeding, help. She's like, oh, you'll be right. Just go to the chemist and get a butterfly clip. Like, you'll live. So me, Jack, and my other brother get in the car and drive to the nearest chemist. And we were just like, we couldn't stop laughing the whole way because it was just so ridiculous. And all through Port Macquarie is like 50 Ks. And we're just driving and I realized I was doing 70. And I was like, oh shit, like I better slow down. It's just so easy to speed around here. And Jack's like, who cares? If we get pulled over, we'll tell them it's a medical emergency. Oh my god, mate, you got a little cut on your head, calm down. And so we get to the chemist and we show the guy, and as soon as he looks at it, he's like, yeah, you're gonna need stitches. And so we were just like, oh my god, this has escalated. So again, we just couldn't stop laughing. And so the pharmacist puts the hospital address in my phone for me. We're like all in my pajamas. I look like the biggest dag. Like it was so freezing. I had like floral Kmart pajama pants on, like just look at them, hot mess. So anyway, we drive to the hospital. It was only like 5 minutes away and we get there and we got in straight away. I guess Port Macquarie isn't that booming in the emergency department, but we got in straight away. The guy looked at it and just like examined him and stuff and was asking like how you did it. I was like, yeah, Jack, tell him how you did it. Tell him how you were being mean to me. And then the guy was just like, oh, well, you used to be pretty, and just saying stuff to Jack like, oh, that's going to be a nice scar. And I'm like, So anyway, we were only at the hospital for like half an hour. He ended up having to get his eyebrow glued because they don't do stitches on the face anymore because it does leave too much of a scar. So they end up gluing his face back together. So yeah, we're still just all cracking up laughing, like typical of our family that something like this has to happen. We're only away for 3 days and we end up in the emergency room. And then as we're leaving the hospital, we're like, Jack, wait at the door. We get on Snapchat and play Survivor by Destiny's Child as he walks out and he's like... But he's all good now. His glue's healed up. It like cut him right through his eyebrow. So, you know, that's karma. Like, if that isn't the definition of karma, then I don't know what is. Teasing me and my other brothers and sisters about the scars on our face, and then you end up with a big scar on your face. It really did make me feel better seeing him get hurt. So I'm just going to highlight my brow bone and the inner corners of my eyes with that same Vermeer shade. And then that is the eyes done. I really wanted to go something soft and subtle. Yeah, that didn't happen, did it? My bloody hooded eyes, putting shimmer shades where I don't want them. Back the hell up, mate. I did want to do something bright on the lips, but I feel like because this eye look didn't turn out as subtle as I was planning on, I might do like a nude shade, you know, really spice up my life. So I just went and lined my lips with this Essence lip liner in the shade In the Nude. I then applied this lipstick by MAC in the shade Blankety and went over the top of it with this Colourpop lip gloss in the shade Fairy Floss. A little bit more highlighter never hurt anybody. Lastly, I'm going to set it all in place with this Rimmel Insta Fix and Go setting spray. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this chit chat get ready with me. Just filling you in on what's been going on in my life. I know it hasn't been the most upbeat, exciting little video, but like I said, that's life and we all deal with these problems. So I hope that if you're going through something that's not the happiest at the moment, don't worry, you will get through it. Just keep on pushing and try and be happy. Okay, I don't think I'd make a very good motivational speaker. If you don't already, come follow me on Instagram, Snapchat and Twitter. I will put my names on the screen and it will also be in the description box below. Please subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. Well, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you all next time. Bye!